Alright guys, so the last time I covered the Anno Domini 1051 medieval mod for Total War Attila was late last year in 2023. They had just rolled out the mod for Patreon members. It included a lot of work to add new building assets, reskinning these city battle maps, and unit reskins, some campaign mechanical changes as well. And as you can see, a lot of progress has been made since the last time I made a video about this. It is absolutely brilliant, both on the battle map side of things, the visual changes there. The campaign side is looking really good as well. Lots of balancing changes. And of course, unit reskins have really come up a notch as well. This is the Anno Domini team. They have a lot of experience on Mount and Blade, Bannerlord, and Total War as well, on Attila, on Thrones of Britannia. They have amazing experience, lots of fantastic work going into this mod specifically, and the cities look absolutely amazing. So that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to look at all the changes to the Anno Domini mod and really look at these cities to basically let you know how amazing things are looking and why you should get back into playing Anno Domini 1051 AD. Now, before we get straight into it, if you don't own Total War Attila or its DLCs, you can pick them up for up to a massive 89% discount on Instant Gaming, a reputable game key reseller that I've been using for a little while now. They have a great roster of games with the rest of the Total War series on sale as well, and loads of others like Ghosts of Tsushima, Helldivers 2, or even Manor Lords, all with big discounts. So if you're thinking about buying, make sure to click the link below in the video description to get your games for cheap and support the channel at the same time. Now let's get back to Anno Domini 1051 AD. So since the last time I covered the mod, a lot of work, and I mean a lot of custom, meticulous, detailed work has gone into making the siege battle maps properly medieval looking, especially kind of from a European perspective. There has been some work done for Islamic settlements as well in Iberia, in Sicily, and the Balearic Islands, etc. But the bulk of the custom assets that have been added into the mod so far are European. A lot of the walls, the towers, the churches, the keep, obviously, that you see in the distance there, some of the vanilla buildings that are quite Roman, in terms of, obviously, this is Age of Charlemagne. It's all kind of built on that Attila base game, but a lot of that has been brought up to a medieval standard as well, recolored in many ways. The same goes for British settlements, by the way. British settlements and northern German settlements, the Viking settlements, those are all quite kind of tribal looking, so those have been recolored and redone. Unique keep buildings and baileys for those have been added in as well. So there's some really, really nice effort here to essentially from Spain, Iberia, up to France, Britain, the Viking areas in the north, all the way down to Italy as well, have all been really nicely reworked to bring up to par. Now, I've had access for at least 8-9 months now to Anno Domini 1051. The team are heavy at work, not just on Age of Charlemagne. They have mods on Thrones of Britannia, on Mount and Blade Bannerlord as well. So they're a team that do lots of different medieval mods across different games. But this one in particular for Age of Charlemagne is just so impressive to me. There's still lots of work to be done for unit rosters, especially lots of things to be done there. Lots of balancing to be done on the battles still as well, and I'm feeding back to the team. Hopefully they're going to be working through stuff and getting the updates rolled out over the next year to really flesh this mod out. But what really impresses me about this team is this effort towards settlement maps. There's something really unique here that you don't really see in other mods like this. MK1212, obviously it's been years since they've been reworking the cities. It's been a long time coming. Hopefully that's going to be coming soon as well. 1100 AD has lots of buildings in the works for various settlements here and there, but they're not really reworking settlements. So what you see here is the modders basically kind of paying out of their own pocket for custom buildings to really bring these settlements to life. And they've done an amazing job so far. And I am actually, I'm still going into the mod to test out this settlement here, this small city or large city here, this unfortified settlement. This this port city just to see what else I can find. There's always something new, a new building here and there that I'm finding that they're clearly testing out to see how it'll work, where it will fit, and it's just brilliant. Like, I found this one while I was recording, trying to look through it all, and it's just an amazing example of curved walls here, the unique kind of really angled dark roofs on these high towers, the really rounded nice bailey there, almost takes a page out of Manor Lords and the looks that you get out of their bailey and some of the houses there. It's just really, really authentic, and it makes you feel like this is a proper medieval mod in a Total War game. So yeah, basically the settlements are doing really, really well. I would say there are about 3 or 4 variations for a lot of this. You can see this unique gate here. I think this one has also a unique bailey. Yep, you see that there, which is quite wooden based, maybe a smaller town, probably in Britain or maybe the Viking areas up north. So there's a lot of variation across the entire of the Age of Charlemagne campaign map. And I'm sure this is just the beginning as well. There's going to be more coming out in the future. There are a few bugs, as you can see, but otherwise it's super, super impressive. Now, I've had access to the mod for 8-9 months. I've dropped in here and there to check out how the battle balancing is, how things are playing on the campaign side as well. The last time I played, I had a bit of a feedback to give on the battles, especially, you know, it's pretty much a brand new mod. So there's plenty of tweaking to be done for balancing. Morale especially is an area that needs a lot of work. I said this last time as well, and there have been improvements made. I think that cavalry engagements especially are really, really well done. Really nice place at the moment because they last a lot longer than usual. But they have a lot of casualty rates on both sides that are kind of slow going, and that the impact of cavalry on melee units is just really nicely done as well. Just generally, there's a lot of really good stuff happening on the cavalry side of things. It's just, for me, the melee infantry side, the spearman side of things, that kind of just needs a bit more of a morale boost. Enemy troops can easily break very, very quickly. So yeah, from a morale perspective at least, there definitely is a bit of work to be done there. I think fatigue can be toned down a little bit. Frontal melee damage can be toned up, especially from an AI perspective. There are just a few things that can definitely be tweaked on a balancing perspective. And then the other thing I did, of course, as you can see here, was try to play a battle in a new siege battle map, because I wanted to see, you know, how are the units going up to these custom built, you know, towers and gates. How does that work? How do the units actually go through this new layout of a town? How's the pathfinding? And essentially, how do they interact with the new keep, the new bailey? So I sent some troops up there to check it out. Do they get into the courtyard? Is it seamless? Unfortunately, it isn't that seamless. They do actually go through the gate, but they also go through the walls around it as well, which is kind of funny. But what this does do is it's not just cosmetic. You can fight in the courtyard as well, and people can come in, attack you. You can defend it as a last resort. Like, all of that is possible. It's just, I'm getting the impression you can't just destroy these walls with catapults and siege weapons, etc. It is really a infantry game in terms of attacking and defending a keep like this. But it's really, really well done. It's not just cosmetic. It does work. The pathfinding is there, and I really like it. It just adds a beautiful layer of immersion into your siege battle maps that really, at the moment, no other mod does that well. And we're still waiting on MK1212, etc. I also looked at the campaign side of things. I played a bit of Holy Roman Empire to see how various events played out, how the unit rosters are, how recruitment is, building tech. Some of this has been reworked. There are more updates coming in the future, especially from a tech perspective as well. Yeah, it is looking good. It's just very early days, I would say, for 1051 AD. Just being completely realistic, a lot more of the effort, it feels like, is going into unit rosters, into the battle maps especially, and they're really good work. It just means that there's still a lot to do on the campaign to bring the rest of the mechanics up to par, and really fill out the unit rosters as well. But from a base campaign perspective, you can take a faction, you can conquer, you can engage with the mechanics and the unit rosters. A lot of this at the moment does work really, really well. And that's essentially it for today, guys. I wanted to go through a bit of a kind of a news video for Anno Domini 1051 AD. It's been a long time since I covered it, but the modders have been very hard at work, especially from a settlement battle map perspective. There is amazing, beautiful, detailed work going into these settlements across the entire campaign map. And yes, there's still a lot of work to be done for mechanics, for unit rosters, for battle balancing, but you can tell, they really care about the end product here. They're churning out these kinds of brilliant pieces of work that, lots of other mods out there were still waiting on for years. So it gives me a lot of hope for the direction of the mod, the effort that the modders are putting in, and to really create a proper medieval mod in Age of Charlemagne. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, give it a like and drop any thoughts or questions in the comments section below. And as I said, if you don't own Total War Attila or its DLCs, you can pick it up for super cheap on Instant Gaming using my link below. I've also dropped a link in the video description, of course, to the Anno Domini 1051 AD mod and their Discord if you want to find out more and keep up to date with the latest news. Subscribe to the channel for more Total War news, content, videos just like this, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.